Okay, we're going live pretty soon. Couple of seconds.
Don't miss it! 単南地域の伝統文化、産業、自然、そして人、先人より受け継がれていたこの地域とともに、単南 FM は地元放送局としてこれからも皆さんのお役に立ちたいと考えております。単南 FM が数字をお知らせします。
Hello, Tannan FM listeners. Happy New Year to you. This is the first show, the Shakey Talk Show for the year 2011. Hope it's been good with you. It's been pretty boring for me so far, but let's see what the year has in store for us. So today, I don't have any guests. Usually, as you know, I have guests, guys from all over the world. England, Jamaica, USA, Vietnam, Canada, etc., right? But unfortunately, it seems as though everybody's busy today. So I couldn't get anybody to come onto the show today. But don't worry, because I got a lot in store for you. You're really gonna enjoy this show. Today's show, I call the Facebook show. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expose a couple of people on Facebook. On my page, on their pages, I'll be reading status updates and comments, etc. I promise you, you're gonna have a laugh. Some of the stuff is like not too kosher, maybe offensive here and there, but brace yourself. You have been warned. Okay, welcome to the Facebook show on Shakey Talk on Tannan FM 79.1. All right, so in Japan, all right. A lot of people, Facebook isn't really that big in Japan, actually. In fact, I don't even know what's their big social networking site here. I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of like in China as well. China is not too big. Well, Facebook is not too big in China. I think it's banned or something, right? Yeah, I think it's banned in China. But in China, there is a website of similar size called Q&Q or something like that, a social networking site like that. So I've got a couple of Japanese friends on my page, but they're not really too active, you know, like most other guys. Well, guys from other countries, like from America and South Africa. I spend a lot of time with guys from America, South Africa, and England on Facebook, so I'll be exposing them today. So for those Japanese people who don't know what Facebook is, I'm sure you should know. It's a social networking site. Basically, what happens is people put up their pictures and videos, and they whatever you want to, you can interface or chat with your friends, and there's what they call a status update. What it is like, it says, like when you're supposed to write your status update, right? It says what's on your mind, so you can write whatever is on your mind, and then your friends come and they comment, and you know you can have a debate. I have a lot of debates on Facebook, and I'm gonna read one for you. It's really hectic, and some have like so many comments on them. All right, like there's this one sister. I'm gonna be mentioning a couple of people by name, but those that I know probably won't mind. Okay, but others I won't be mentioning by name. Okay, so if I know that somebody might have a problem with it, I'm not going to mention people's names. Okay, but the others I know they won't mind, so I will expose them. Okay, so yeah. So anyway, there's 500 million. Well, last time they checked, it was almost 600 million. People on Facebook, right? And so I use Facebook usually to interface and communicate with my people in South Africa, right? Because I'm in Japan, and most of my friends are in South Africa, so I use Facebook to communicate with them in a really like graphic kind of way, send them pictures, and we have a lot of debates and stuff, and we really like talk a lot of stuff. So without further ado, let me begin by exposing a couple of guys here on Facebook. There's a certain guy, okay, he's a friend of mine on Facebook. I've never even met this dude, but he's crazy, okay. His name is Scott Provost. He's one of the ones I know won't mind if I expose him. His name is Scott Provost. He runs an online university called a free open university. So what it is, the name just says it. It's free, and it's online, and it's open to anybody. So you can have lectures, and you can get whatever qualification you want on this university of his called Free Open University. So he's like a pretty crazy dude, I'm actually looking for one of his statuses, one of the crazier ones. He's always on Facebook, and he's the kind of guy who he's kind of like a stalker. No, I'm kidding. Scott, I'm kidding. You're not a stalker if you're listening. But he's a cool guy. He's always making these nonsense comments. I can't use like foul language here, but he's like going crazy. Anyway, there's another guy called Floyd. He's another friend of mine as well. Crazy guy. Listen to this status of his. He says, guys, I am looking for a thief called Festive. He came, took all my money, and now he's nowhere to be found. Reward, half of all the money he took, if you can help me find him. So the people who comment, the first comment goes like, I wonder how much is that? Can you give us a bracket figure that we can work with? So Floyd responds, he says, and when that means you dog. People saw you drinking with him recently. You were probably wasting my life savings. So this guy reckons, this other person comments and says, LOL. LOL is laughing out loud. I think I saw him leave with Johnny Black, Tanqueray, and maybe even Soko. So Johnny Black is Johnny Walker Black Label whiskey. Tanqueray is the gin, right? And maybe even Soko. Soko is Southern Comfort. And I say, this is my comment. He's out and about. Out and about, by the way, is like he titled a photo album of his where they went out on a trip or something, and they were drinking and having fun. It was entitled Out and About, so I say he's out and about. So he says bloody Asian. So this guy says, another comment is, the last time I checked, umukwaletse ka mo gare ga bottle ya Haini juice. So that means, that is Tswana. So that means, last time I checked, you took him and put him inside your bottle of Heineken. He likes drinking Heineken, this guy, and threw it away. So that's his money gone for the festive season. And then you get a couple of racist ones as well. But actually, let me not read the racist ones. That might get to some people. There's another good one on here that I just saw recently by another guy. He's a crazy guy. He just writes so much junk here on Facebook. Listen to this. His name is Caesar. I know he won't mind me outing him as well. He says, I'm not moving out of my seat for this fat ass lady. She can stand and sweat off a few pounds. She might not know it, but I'm doing her a favor by not giving her my seat. So here's one comment. Is she fat and old or just fat? If she's just fat, cool. But if she's a mama, shame on you. Then the next comment is LOL, laughing out loud. And then this guy responds, he says, the nice thing about getting older is that you can spot a fatty from an auntie from a mama. This one is not a day over 33. And then this other guy, he starts laughing. He just writes, hey, 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 hey. And then here's another comment. Dude, you and your trained lady, I think this bleep deserves an internet cartoon strip or something. And then another comment goes, you like fatties, I think. Not the first time you comment on that. Then another comment reckons, that is rude. What happened to respecting elders? He says, and then he responds and says, if you read the previous comment, Bui, I have worked out that not all big ladies are old ladies. She just overinvested in chicken wings. LOL. Only my friend, quack, 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 quack is a laugh. Overinvested in chicken wings. Classic. And then this other guy, Horsey, he's another crazy guy. I'm going to read his status as well. KG, he's a friend of mine. Ha ha ha. Mfana. I've stopped being sympathetic to fat peeps. Simply because they eat too goddamn much. With all the food they consume, they should have enough energy to stand for a while. Even run a mile. You will never hear a fat person say to a skinny one, shame, let's share my scuffed teeth. So he says you'll never hear a fat person saying to a skinny person, let's share my lunch, or my bento. So he says they're mad. And then everybody starts laughing. So, okay. I think I've been talking a bit too much. Maybe I should play a song. Actually, I'm feeling really romantic today. So, I'm gonna play a song by a lady by the name of Roberta Flack. You guys know Roberta Flack? She's a legend. and this song is called, and I dedicate this song, by the way, to my love, Gugumat baby. Okay, I love you, baby. This song is called The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face by Roberta Black. Okay. Hmm? No comment. I hope. Do you have a tissue? お願いします。はい、ありがとうございます。ああ、すみません。ラストフィクション。はい、ありがとうございました。This song. I'll play another one. ごめんなさいね。ごめん。Let me go on. Sorry about that. I apologize. I really apologize for that. Unintended consequences of some technical problems that we are experiencing here. Please accept my most heartfelt, sincere apologies for that. That was supposed to have been Roberta Flack with a beautiful song called The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face. Anyway, let's continue with our Facebook expose of a couple of idiots on here. Here's another friend of mine. His name is V. I call him V, but his full name is Vayani. But his Facebook alias is Herbimon Masco. Herbimon. Let me not explain what that means. If you can work it out, if you're clever enough, you'll be able to work that out. Herbimon Masco. He says, Joe, my days have slipped by. My plans have been ruined. Even the things dear to my heart. They turned night into day and made light seem near in the face of darkness. Where then is my hope? I don't think that those that claim to be my friends are truly my friends as I regarded them. Only in good times. But thanks, the rest is just nje, just. I'm so glad I learned this in this crucial time of upliftment. To all my so-called friends, thank you. People complain here on Facebook. Eh? They just carry on talking junk, absolute junk. Some of them, they just carry on. And then there's guys who are just boring, I promise you. Like this one dude, he reckons I just can't live without my BlackBerry. Who can? I mean, please, just get off our case with your BlackBerry. And then there's Cairo. There's this dude called Cairo. Okay, this dude, he's like, I promise you, he's something else. He just talks the biggest load of junk all the time. He thinks that he's like a representative of Africa. He's a supporter of, anyway, let me not carry on about him. So he writes, and he's like 90% of the time, the guy's pretty boring, you know what I'm saying? And then when he wants to argue with you, he argues and argues, and he just carries on, right here on Facebook. He says, his name, Cairo, is keeping his fingers crossed and wishes everybody a fruitful day. Good morning, Facebook friends. Really excited. So you see, what is that? What is that? Facebook sometimes gets irritating when people talk this kind of crap. Oh, sorry about that. I wasn't supposed to say that. Anyway, I apologize. And then here's another one. Just scored some nice tickets for Amakosi clash with Bafana Bastille. Nice perks, hey? Amakosi is a soccer team in South Africa versus another soccer team called Bafana Bastille, Sundowns. And then there's my cousin. She says, my little bro passed matric. Matric is Tannan senior high school. It's like the last year of school, 12th year. Okay, so her little brother, my cousin, he's also my cousin, passed his last year of school. She's so happy, teary-eyed. Congratulations to him. And then here's Horsey again. This one's actually quite clever. This is like a good status update. He reckons the elevator to success is out of order. You'll have to use the stairs, one step at a time. That's a good one. And apparently that's a quote by some guy called Joe Girard. That's a very good one. And then Scott said, Scott Provost. You remember I told you about Scott Provost, the guy who runs a free open university. You can even Google that if you want to. Just Google free open university, and you will find Scott Provost on there. He says money is an imaginary object. And there's 25 comments on this status update. I don't know if what's happening with them. Well, they don't want to open these comments. Anyway, let's see. Who else is on here? Cairo again. Cairo, these pathetic status updates. I mean, sometimes Facebook is like, it's just for idiots. Love, love, love. I wish that to all my Facebook friends. Good night. He said good night. No, this morning he said good morning. Then he says good night. I mean, people go to Facebook to just irritate. And then listen to this guy. She came at night, exposed my body, got on top of me, touched me, she bit me, sucked, swallowed. When she was satisfied, she left without goodbye or even a simple kiss. I was hurt. Bloody mosquito. That's a good one. And then you get these guys who like posting hundreds and hundreds of pictures. I don't know who's got time to look through 200 pictures on Facebook. I mean, and it's not even like it's such a big, a major kind of event. I mean, the guy was getting married or something, you'd understand if he wants to post 200 pictures. Yeah, fine, that's cool. But this is like his weekend or something. 200 pictures. I don't believe it. Anyway, and there's this other sister. She's got a column in the newspaper in South Africa. I won't mention her name because I don't think she would appreciate me saying this. But here's a here's a status update. She's an avowed atheist, by the way. Okay. She says, Christians are praying for me after I questioned the origins of Christmas and called for a review of its inclusion in our national calendar of holidays. So don't even think of touching me. I'm blessed this week. I'm up there. Good status. 79 comments on that status update. I'm not going to read 79 comments. I had an argument with this dude the other day. Where is that argument that I had with him? He says, I said, this is what I said. So last week, what day was it again? What day was it again? I think it was Thursday or something, right? So I say, oh yeah, on Thursday, the matric results, matric, like I said, is Tannan in senior high school, the last year of school. The results came out, okay? And, well, I was skeptical a little bit because I thought that they were a little bit too high. The statistics, I thought that they were a little bit cooked, so to speak, cook the books. So I put up the status. I said, cooking the books of the matric results for the sake of garnering votes during an election year does not help. Oh my goodness. That opened the floodgates. I promise you, people were like carrying on. 72 comments on this status. Okay? But I don't think I'll read 72 comments. I'll read, you know what I'll do? I'll read like just a few of the comments. So some people think, well, look, the government is doing a good job of, you know, the education system and everything. As you know, in South Africa, we've had a really traumatic past in terms of there was apartheid in South Africa. Apartheid, that is legalized racial discrimination, basically. Okay, and this was whites who were a minority, who were running the country, and legally, this was like a legal system of discrimination. There were actual laws that banned black people from doing certain things, and a discriminatory education. Everything was just discriminated. With, you know, blacks or whites and non-whites, and obviously whites were on top, right? But in '94, there was the first fully democratic elections, and the new government came into power, and this government is run by a party called the African National Congress, ANC. So now there's a lot of people who have been really what's the word, like critical of the party, you know. They say all sorts of things. These guys aren't doing a good job running the country, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so, and I'm one of those people. Look, they're doing a good job running the country. The country is running, the economy is growing, everything is in order, but they have their problems. But, and one of them, I think, is the education system, personally. So this is why I said cooking the books of the matric results for the sake of garnering votes during an election year does not help. This year there's elections in South Africa. So the ruling party, I think, personally, are cooking the books. These statistics are too high. Last year, 60% passed. This year it's something like 68%, like an 8% jump. That's a little bit fishy to me. So this is what I say. And then, here's the responses that I got. Floyd, he says, we have a government that will do anything to stay in power. If you thought the Illuminati was scary, ANC makes a mockery of their terror. And then I say, all war is based on deception. That's a quote from Sun Tzu, The Art of War. And this war is being waged against the people of South Africa by the ANC. And then Khosi says, Eish, Joe. And the messed up thing is that they told us that's what they were going to do. I don't understand why peeps are celebrating this BS. But I guess university will sort all that out. And then another buddy of mine, says, yeah, I'm also skeptical. Gauteng, that's a province in South Africa, beats the Western Cape, another province, in the matric pass rate. Northern Cape improves by more than 10%. I won't translate that. And then Cairo says, you Afro-pessimist, self-hating Uncle Tom Negro mentality. So all these comments are Afro-pessimists and we are all self-haters. House Negroes, Uncle Toms, that's what he calls them. And another point, Dalu, I can never understand. Dalu sometimes he writes, I don't know. So anyway, Floyd responds to this dude. He reckons, Cairo, the likes of you feed, enjoyably so, on deception, and still have audacity to parade like a fat peacock. Conjuration by the ANC shall eventually lead this country into a cesspool, while the likes of you drown in fog. And then Khosi says, Afro-pessimists of food. You're afraid of the truth. I won't carry on. There's 72 comments on here. Let me not carry on with it. Let me go back to the main page. But before I carry on, let's hope that we're not going to have any more technical problems. So I'll play another song, also by Roberta Flack, and this one is called The Closer I Get to You.
Next program
22. はい。
で、ここは今日の、リプレイっていうね。この日、15日は今日、Today の Today リプレイ。
Today?
再放送。今日撮ったやつを流す。Today プログラムを、放送。
Today program?
をこの日に放送する。
So I must come next week?
Next week は、
No.
No.
22.
22.
Okay.
はい。
So you mean today's program you record? You will record today's program?
15日、来週は、Next week は Today プログラム。
You will record? Okay. はい。大丈夫？ありがとうございます。はい。You know what problem was? Internet. See, see this connection, but it's Daijabu now. Like last song, yeah? Internet was coming out, but now it's okay.
Okay.
Hi. Heaven there for those who pull the trick of time. True love in a special way. It was real, the way you make me feel. Get to you. The more you make me feel. Like giving you all I've got. Your love has captured me. Get to That was Roberta Flack and Danny Hathaway. That guy's got a great voice. Very old song this. The closer I get to you, beautiful, hey? So, there's a friend of mine, also from South Africa. This dude, I don't know if he's got a phobia of social networking or something, but he's one of those guys who's like, I don't know, he just wants to remain anonymous. He just doesn't want to be like on the internet kind of thing. So he hasn't been on Facebook, like he's never been on Facebook. Everybody, like let me say 99% of my friends are on Facebook. He's the only guy who's on there. So I keep asking, like, the guys that I know who know him, like, and his brothers and cousins and stuff. Hey, where the hell is this guy? Why the hell isn't he on Facebook? He doesn't even send me emails, for crying out loud. I mean, an email is so passe, you know? So I've been asking this for like a year, okay? And finally his uncle decided to pressure him into getting onto Facebook. What he did, he started a group called Skumba on FB, Skumba on Facebook. And he said, everybody who knows Skumba, post his pictures on here and write comments and everything so that we can pressurize him into getting onto Facebook. So he started this group like last week or something, and then put on like all the people that we know and his friends as members in this group. And we put up pictures and people were commenting on his pictures, right? So yesterday, he says, oh, he puts up a status. He says, chilling with Kumba this afternoon. So later on, he reckons, oh, I get a friend request. So, you know, people like to use aliases on Facebook. My alias on Facebook is Charlie Mingus, by the way. So if you want to look me up, look up Charlie Mingus and send me a friend request. He sends me this friend request, and then he starts, like, I'm on Facebook, and then up comes this chat box. And then he says, yo, what's up, man? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? Who this? Because I don't know who it is, right? He's using an alias. And then he tells me who this is. And then I, like, just crack up. He just cracked me up. And then his uncle puts up the status and says, yeah, he finally made it. Mission accomplished. So his first status update was technology 1, Skumba nil. And then his uncle reckons mission accomplished. And then I say George W. MTV. How's that? Now there's a great Facebook story you don't hear too often. So now my buddy Kumba is on Facebook, and I'm really happy about that. I hope though he's gonna be active. You know, there's a lot of guys who are on Facebook, yet they're never active. You only ever see them like once a month. There's this other dude. I've only ever spoken to him once on Facebook, and this is like 3 months ago or something like that. You know, I don't know. Maybe people just aren't into Facebook. But I don't know. Look, I understand why. You know why? Because they have real friends, not virtual friends like me. Look, I've got friends here in Japan, but not as many as, like, I don't have like a major social life like I did. In South Africa, I've got like hundreds, thousands of friends, right? So I like interact on Facebook a lot because most of my friends are in South Africa, right? So I can understand why a lot of people don't interact with Facebook that much, because they have real friends, right? So if you've got real friends and you actually talk to your friends in person, it's not really necessary to be on Facebook that much. So I understand that much about that. So anyway, you heard the story about the birds falling out of the sky and fish dying in America and all of that, right? That was like really freaky stuff. It freaked me out. This is like some Armageddon type of stuff that's happening here. Why are birds all of a sudden falling out of the sky? You get 2,000 birds falling out of the sky, and the next day you get another 1,000. What's going on? And then you get like thousands of fish turning up dead with no explanation. Hectic stuff. So I put up the status. This is yesterday. I say, so the birds are falling out of the sky, and fish are dying out of nowhere with no explanation. But life goes on, because as long as I got my iPad, my Porsche, my Prada shoes, and my penthouse, everything's cool, right? Sarcasm. I hope you got that. So, and this was like last night, and I was going to bed. So I just went to bed after I put up that status. So when I woke up this morning, here's the responses I got to this. This one dude reckons, only when all the natural resources have been depleted, only then will human beings realize that money cannot be eaten. Apparently this is a quote by Geronimo. Geronimo, as far as I know, is the Indian American, Native American, that's what they call them, right? Wise man that was. And then Floyd reckons, stop with your activism. It's a weekend. Get yourself rice wine. And then this other dude reckons, no one cares. And then there's this other buddy of mine, Mitushi Haya. No explanation. This is a question. keep looking, man. Let me know when you want the link. So I'm like, and Jose says, that's right. So I'm like, y'all dudes don't seem to realize that the world is going to hell. Let it never be said that you were never warned. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, and no. Oh, Scott Provost. This dude. Let me rather not say carry on. So you see, I'm not the only one who's complaining about the education system in South Africa. Look, we can do better. Let me say that. Okay. I love my country and I want to see it excel in every way, right? And criticism is meant to uplift. I mean, constructive criticism, that's the point of it, right? Right. So Floyd says, South Africa spent 6.166 billion rand, 18% of GDP. I don't think that's 18% of GDP. I think that's 18% of its annual budget on education. Almost equal to the GDP of Liberia, DRC, Burundi combined. Yet we continue to produce such mediocre results. Those standards have been lowered. Inside info. So that's inside information. Well, look, South Africa is the biggest economy in Africa. By far, the next biggest is Egypt, and it doesn't even come close. Okay? So, with an economy that big, what a lot of people are saying is that we should actually be producing better results and better students. So you know, in order for people, they call me an Afro-pessimist. They say that there's nothing positive I say about Africa and South Africa. But they don't realize that, look, that is all because, you know, it's tough love. That's what they call it, tough love. You have to be cruel to be kind, as they say. You know, well, or like one of those kinds of things. You know, that's the way that I look at it. You know, you have to identify the problem in order to solve it, right? What's the first step in solving a problem? To identify it, right? So everybody here on Facebook is congratulating all the matrics who won. Apparently there's a guy who got all A's, and this guy lives in like a squatter camp. A squatter camp is like a shanty town in South Africa, and he got all A's. So that's brilliant, actually. Congratulations to him, against all odds. He got all A's. Oh, and this friend of mine, she went to New York for the holidays. And she says, okay, it doesn't look like I'm flying out. For some odd reason, my ticket reads one way. Return flight was reissued in paper and I trashed it. I wonder what happened to her, because I haven't seen another status update from her since then. And then you get all the soccer ones. Soccer is like the biggest sport in South Africa. Everybody loves soccer, right? And they love like English, they like any kind of soccer, but English soccer and South African soccer is the biggest talking point, right? And on Facebook it takes up, I don't know, a quarter of all status updates. So this other buddy of mine, Cleo Z, says, I think the two worst teams in the Premiership are Chelsea and Liverpool. And he's a Liverpool fan. And then their status is like, it's like lyrics for a song. I don't know if you've heard this song. She's got her ticket, I think she's gonna use it. Think she's gonna fly away. That's Tracy Chapman. That's his status update. Says, Tracy is just something else. Well, she was. She's actually quite awesome. But I remember she only ever released one album, didn't she? Or no, she released another one. But then that was like her biggest and best album that she ever released, and it was quite good. And I got another Facebook friend. I don't actually know her personally, but she used to be an actress in South Africa, and she's like a big celebrity. So her status update is that, are there any James Bond aficionados out there? There's a female character in one of the early James Bonds. She's a villain who is thoroughly unattractive, dresses like a prison warder, and has daggers in the toes of her ugly, sensible working shoes. What's her name? I can't remember which movie. So this is the kind of stuff you get on Facebook, and it's like a whole lot of fun, and it's you can like crack yourself up laughing with what these guys have to say. But a lot of it is a whole lot of junk as well. Like as I showed you, a lot of people talk junk right here. So I've exposed enough of my friends. They're probably going to hear this. I'm going to put it up on YouTube, and you will look. If anybody takes an hour to listen to the whole show, I'll be surprised. But if they do, I promise you, I'm gonna get a whole lot of flack for this. So I'm gonna put it up on YouTube and post it on Facebook, and hear what they have to say. So that was my time with you today, and I'd like to thank you guys very much. And I'm gonna leave you with probably my favorite song ever in the history of favorite songs. Okay, this is Mariah Carey with "I'll Never Forget You." I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Okay, thank you very much. And the last song I'm gonna play for you, Mariah Carey, "I'll Never Forget You." Thank you very much. Sayonara. Okay. Oh, this is the problem. Come in. No, man. Come in. I don't know what's happening with this. Technical problems. Come in as well. Okay, that was it for the show. See you guys. Cheers.